Hello everyone, this is Nick Bell with Line 6. Today we're going to be getting a Bradley Nowell style tone for the Sublime song Santeria. The first thing we're going to do is select our song straight from our music library. Now that we have the song playing, we can press the editor button in the top right hand of the screen to start working on our tone. The first thing we're going to do is start with our amp. By pressing the amp icon in the top left hand corner of the screen, we can choose a different amplifier. By our research, we know we want to choose the 1987 Jazz Clean, and I could either double tap that or press done. Now let's hear how that sounds. Now I'm going to change some parameters to bring in the low end by taking down some of the highs and mids. Now that we brought some of the highs down, especially with the presence, we should have a warmer tone. Now let's hear how the amp sounds. Now let's go over to our cab by pressing cab in the top right hand corner. Let's hear how the amp sounds. We're going to change our mic to the 421, and then we're going to bring the microphone closer to the amp by moving the early reflections to 10%. These changes should give us a more direct, warm sound. Now let's hear how the amp sounds. Now let's move on to our effects, starting with gate. We're going to turn our noise gate on, and we're going to bring up our threshold to about -77. This setting will help us out in case we have any noise along the way. Moving on to volume, we could leave our minimum position of 0 and a maximum at 100. Going on to wah, we can leave the wah with the line 6 wah. Moving on to stomp. For this tone, we're going to want to change out our facial fuzz, so we're going to press the stomp icon in the top left-hand corner of the screen. For this tone, we're going to choose screamer, press done, and we can hear how the tone sounds without the screamer, and the tone with the screamer. For the screamer, we're going to keep the preset as is, but we'll leave it off until further needed. Moving on to delay, we're going to change our delay by pressing the delay icon in the top left-hand corner of the screen, and we're going to choose digital delay, press done. We could turn our delay on, and we can hear how that sounds. For this tone, we're going to want a quick slapback, so we're going to change our time to 16 notes. We'll leave our tap tempo at about 90 beats per minute, and we'll move our mix up to 32%, our feedback to about 20. By moving our feedback down, it's going to cut back on how many times we get a repeat. And for our bass and treble, we could leave at 50. Now let's hear the tone with the changes we've made. And we can leave the delay off till further needed. Moving on to comp. For this tone, we're going to want the volume of our guitar to be more focused by using the compressor. Let's hear how our tone sounds without the compressor. Now let's hear the tone with our compressor turned on. Now we're going to move the threshold to -6, and then the gain to 2. This will make it a little more intense. Now let's hear how the tone sounds with the compressor. Moving on to EQ. This is an effect we can leave off. Moving on to mod. We're going to change out our mod by pressing the mod icon in the top left-hand corner of the screen. And for this tone, we're going to choose phaser. Press done, turn the phaser on, and we can hear how that sounds. For our time, we're going to keep our tap tempo at about 90 beats per minute. We're going to slow down the note value by moving our speed down to a whole note, our mix to 46%, and our feedback to about 60. Now these settings should make the phaser a little more subtle. Now let's hear how it sounds. For the phaser, we can leave off till the intro of the song. Now moving on to reverb. We're going to change out our reverb by pressing the reverb icon in the top left-hand corner of the screen. And for this tone, we're going to choose medium hall. Press done, turn reverb on, and we can hear how that sounds. Now this preset is close, but we're going to want the attack of our reverb to happen a little more quickly. So to make that happen, we're going to move our pre-delay down to about 25%. Now let's hear how that sounds. Now that we have a tone we're happy with, we can save it by pressing Save Info at the bottom of the screen. For this tone, we're going to want to change from New Tone to Santeria. Since we've had the song playing in the background, we can hit Autofill Song Info, and this will give us all the info needed for a proper tone match. Moving down, I'm going to paste down where I found some of this info, and we can leave that there for when I publish the tone. Now at the top left-hand corner of the screen, I'm going to press Save Tone, press Save to my tones, and now that I saved the tone, I can press Share in the top right-hand corner of the screen, which will give me the option to publish to the AMPLIFi community, tweet it on Twitter, or share it on Facebook. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hope to see you guys again soon.